Do you ever check your bank account or your credit card and feel so broke you wonder how you got there? You start backtracking. You wonder, what did you buy and how many times you swiped that card? I'm sure we all felt that at some point, and I know from my own experiences, I felt that more times than I can remember. But what I found was surprising. Most people don't go broke overnight. They drift into it paycheck to paycheck, making decisions without knowing their personal finances. And the worst thing, it's subtle decisions, ones that go unnoticed until it's too late, and before you know it, you're this deep in debt. It's that awful sinking feeling deep within your core that you're broke on payday. And if left unchecked, these stressful feelings can actually dominate your well-being and affect your health. If you feel that money has been going through your fingers, if you feel you can't get ahead no matter how hard you try, then this video could be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. The thing is, I know, I've experienced every one of these, and I know just how bad it can feel. Hi, my name's Rob. I'm Building Wealth Simplified, and up until the age of 47, I was a heavy consumer. I managed to turn it around to become a saver and an investor, and now I'm here with this channel and on a mission to show you that you can do the same for you and your family. Let's get straight into it. Number one, you don't know how much money you spend. Now, this may seem a little obvious, but it's where most people go wrong. The thing is, you're not tracking your expenses. It's like you're flying blind. You're going out and you're thinking you spend $200. It ends up being $500. You're forgetting about the Uber, the treats, the food, and everything else that piles onto your credit card. The thing is, it's not just that weekend. It's the other 3 weekends on top. It's going out with your friends for a drink after work. It's going to the movies midweek as a special treat. And here's the kicker. The average American underestimates expenditure by 30%. So if you think you're spending $3,000 over the course of a month, you're actually spending $900 more than that. This missing accounting that we have no idea about is slowly draining your account, and it's a dangerous position to be in. Think of it this way. If you don't know where your money is going, you can't control it. And if you can't control it, guess what? It's controlling you. But you can fix this. You can fix this today. It's so simple. Just track every dollar. Pull up your bank account, your credit card, find out where your money is going and track it. Track it for 1 month and see what difference that makes. I promise you're going to find a lot of money that's going missing and you can pull it back. If you're younger than me or tech savvy, you can use a spreadsheet. There's hundreds on the internet. Me, I use pen and paper, but I'm old-fashioned. Awareness of your finances and how you spend your money is the first step to control. Once you take that first step, other steps will follow. You can absolutely do this. Maybe the first time it might feel a bit daunting, but after that, it's easy. And more importantly, you'll start getting control. Watch the rest of the video and then go do it. Maybe leave me a comment below and let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for joining me today. I've got a video packed with value and I hope you enjoy it. Perhaps give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, maybe even share the video. Right now, you're going to go to the next chapter and I'm going to go back to work. Number two, you're relying on your credit card to survive the month. This is a huge red flag. If you're relying on your credit card for a car repair, for your food shopping, or your rent, then this is something we need to fix. This isn't a one-time emergency. This is reoccurring survival on borrowed money. Quite simply, it's not what credit cards are for, unless you're paying off that balance in full by the end of the month. The problem here is you're not spending your future money. You're spending future expensive money. The minimum credit card is 18% APR. Most of them are over 25% interest. It's hugely damaging if you're not paying that off in full every month. It's putting you in a financial hole and it's going to be very hard to get out of. That $500 expense, if not paid off in full, will drag on for months, maybe years, costing you $700, $800, $900 in the end. It becomes a never-ending treadmill, and I know exactly how that feels because I was there in the past. So how did I fix it and get off the treadmill? I took that credit card and I put it away, and I focused on paying that debt off. Was it easy? It was one of the hardest things I had to do. It took sacrifice and it took time, but it was so worth it. Top tip here, once you pay back your consumer debt, live under your means. You'll never put yourself in that position again. And who would want to? Number three, you get a pay rise at work, but you still feel broke. This is all down to lifestyle creep and lifestyle inflation, and how more money means you got more expenses. Now, this is something very common. The majority of Americans suffer from lifestyle inflation, and I know exactly how it feels. It's very simple, and it goes something like this. You get a pay rise at work, maybe $300 to $500 a month, and you decide to upgrade your stuff. Maybe a phone, maybe a car, maybe even your house. After all, you're earning more. You're feeling successful. You deserve it. It feels like progression, but it's actually regression. Let me explain. You're spending money you don't have in this expensive world we live. You're earning more money than ever before, but you're saving less money than ever before. And it's the expensive stuff that we buy that get us caught in that consumer trap. And then we start leaning on the credit cards. Do yourself a favor. If you get a pay rise at work, take half of that money and put it into your savings or investment account. Don't do what I did. Be smart with your money. Enjoy half of it, but take the other half and invest it. Future you will be very happy. Number 4, you're living month to month with no financial buffer. This is a huge sign that you're going broke and one you need to tackle. If you miss one paycheck or you get a huge unexpected bill and that sends you into a financial tailspin, then you're not stable, you're just surviving. The more fragile your finances are, the easier it is to fall into poverty, no matter how hard you work or what you're earning. But we can be prepared. Start building an emergency fund. Start it on your next paycheck. Even if it's just $25, it will add up and it will be a safety net. Having that emergency fund growing on the sidelines will be your financial best friend. You can lean on it when you need to. A great second benefit of this is you're developing a new habit, a new financial habit. You're learning to put money aside for future use. Number 5, your debt mountain is getting bigger, even though you're making payments. If you're making minimum payments on your credit cards or your consumer debt, it's going to take you forever to clear it. You're not managing your debt. The debt is sinking you, and we need to sort this. You see, credit cards have created a game, and they set a trap for all of us. When they ask you to pay minimum balance, a small fraction will go to the principal. The vast majority will be the interest payment. This means your consumer debt will continue to grow. The credit card companies will continue to get rich. And that item you bought for $300 is now costing $1,000. And the absolute worst thing about minimum payment is that we feel we're doing something, but actually it's not very much at all. And it can lead to bankruptcy. But fear not, there are solid ways of getting out of this trap. And 2 strategies in particular I love. One is called the snowball strategy, where you start paying off the smallest debt first and getting a psychological win. The other one is the avalanche strategy, where you tackle the highest interest rate first and save more money. My personal favorite is the latter, but they are both excellent. Use these strategies to pay down your debt. It's going to take time. It's going to take a bit of sacrifice. And please put away the credit cards until you get control. Again, as somebody that had tens of thousands of dollars of consumer debt, it is so worth doing it. Number 6, you can't handle small emergencies without borrowing. This is similar to not having an emergency fund, but on a smaller scale, and it's a surefire way of showing that you're going broke. It's reaching for the credit card for the small daily expenses when you know you can't pay it off. At this point, using your credit card when you know you can't pay it off for a small expense is a bad habit you need to change. Now, I know this may be difficult, and using your credit card for a small expense you can't afford to pay will induce a suffocating feel of your financial debt. These small little payments will snowball by the end of the month, and it has to be a habit that we stop. A great way I found of tackling this in the past is to use cash envelopes and actually putting the money in an envelope and taking it with me when I need to use it, putting the credit card away. And how I got the cash? I sold stuff on eBay. Now, selling on eBay may not be your thing, but if you can find a way of generating $200 to $400 each month and having that cash on hand, you can stop using a credit card. Number 7, you avoid looking at your bank account. This may be the most subtle, but the most deadly sign of all that you're going broke. And the reason is, you know it's going to be bad news. You don't want to deal with the stress, and I totally understand. If checking in your bank account or your credit card statement fills you with dread, you're already in that cycle of avoidance. And the thing I found out when I was under a amount of consumer debt is avoidance is where finances go to die. As I said before, what we avoid controls us, and we simply can't fix what we don't face. And this avoidance behavior just makes things worse. We get missed bills, late fees, overdraft fees. It becomes a self-feeding loop of anxiety and stress, and it's no wonder that we suffer. There is only one solution here, and you have to instigate it as soon as possible, and that's face your circumstances head on. Now, that sounds a bit scary, and perhaps the first step is, but once you take that first step, it becomes much less scary, I promise. Check in on your bank account once a week, maybe on a Sunday morning with a cup of coffee, and see where you sit. Now, the tough thing about this is you have to face your fears, and it's a new habit to develop. But the absolutely great thing about it is you're taking a step in the right direction. You're getting some control back. And by checking in every week, you've got 4 weeks to check by the end of the month to see if you're on the right track. This is an absolutely fantastic strategy to get off that broke train and get control of your finances. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel more in control, and you're definitely going to be on the right track. You can absolutely do it, and I'd love to hear about it. So here's the truth that most people don't hear, and what I learned from my own experiences, that going broke isn't dramatic. It feels like nothing. It's a swipe here, it's a bill there. It's that little treat you get at the end of the day. Until one day you realize you're buried under a mountain of consumer debt, not knowing what way to go, feeling anxious and stressed. But if you recognize these signs early enough, if you can stop the slide before you get there, you can turn it around. You can gain momentum and go straight back the other way. Get off the path to consumer debt and do it the exact same way as you got there by turning around and taking small steps the other direction. Reverse your course one step at a time and get yourself some new habits to make you feel more in control, and go for it. It's grabbing the bull by its horns and taking control. Even facing your account once a week is a big step in the right direction. And even if you've financially suffered this way for years, but have the desire to change, You can change. You just need to make that decision. And I absolutely know you can do it because I did it. It changed my life and it will change your life too. In fact, I'm going to leave you a video right here that's going to help you develop new habits, the same habits that helped me and that can help you. I'll see you there.